My first guest is a young lady who, I think she's the only actress about whom you could safely say, I used to see your movies as a kid and not get punched in the mouth, because she started so early in the business. Natalie Wood was really a genuine child actress, and she has aged most gracefully, don't you think, ever since? Will you welcome Natalie Wood? I didn't realize how lovely you were.
Oh, thank you.
Say the same thing back to me. You just got married, or
Yes.
something,
On
or
May
something.
30th.
Nice going.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't. Oh, that's lovely.
Thank you.
Yes. Why, it looks like the real thing. Let me be the last to congratulate you anyway. I know that
Thank
you have.
you.
It isn't. You didn't just get married today or something
No,
like that.
it's been
but that
about almost 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks.
you're one of those people who has had numerous Oscar nominations, and you must have sweated that out a lot of times. How many?
Well,
Three?
3 times,
yeah.
yes. Well, it can be. I mean, it can be. There's that little moment where you convince yourself that there's not a chance, or anyway, you voted for somebody else or something. But then just before they say the name, you know,
Yeah.
you have that little...
Yeah.
And then they say the other name, and then you relax.
You haven't gone entirely unrewarded, though. You know what I'm referring to?
I know what you're going to say.
You once got an award. I don't remember the exact title, but it was something like Worst Actress of the Year.
I can't remember the exact title either.
Do you remember? They think I'm
But
making
it was
the.
something along that line.
It was Harvard.
It was the Harvard Lampoon.
That
yeah.
must have
But I think it
fulfilled
was,
you.
for,
in
it
a-
was for the same performance that I'd gotten an Academy nomination for, so I
Yeah.
didn't feel too bad.
You were a good sport about it. You're the only one, I think, who actually went up there and accepted it and probably
Well,
astonished them.
I understand later on, after I did, I started a trend and somebody else went.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought about it, and I asked if anyone had ever gone, you know,
Yeah.
and nobody ever had. So I thought it would be a camp to go. And it turned out to be terrific fun. Because what happened was that we were in New York, you know, getting ready to go, and my public relations people had been speaking to a boy from the Lampoon, and his name was John something. And so he rang up the morning we were to leave, and he said, oh, there's been a change of plans, and somebody has to speak, and so forth, and do you think you could possibly take a half-hour earlier plane?
Right.
So we did. And we arrived there, and he greeted us and all of that. And he said, I know you won't want too many press, so we'll just rush you into this car and all that, and we'll take you right to the ceremonies. So we walked in, and there was a nice room, and there was, you know, a ceremony, and there were awards and all of that. And then they whipped off their ties and said, now, you see. Well, I didn't see, because
What
I
did that
didn't
mean?
know. Well, it was not the Harvard Lampoon. I had gotten kidnapped by the other paper.
Really?
Yes. And all the people from the Lampoon had a huge motorcycle escort and press and a band and everything, meeting the wrong plane, you see.
They made light
And
of
the
you?
other one spirited, no, they gave me a good award.
Oh, I see. But they kidnapped you.
They kidnapped
They didn't
me.
abuse you in any way.
No,
did
they were very nice. No, they gave me lots of trophies and awards, and it was terrific.
Well, if anyone tries to kidnap you again, just call on me, and I'll help them. So I think that award that they give for the worst actress sometimes goes into the future, which I think is an amusing part
Yes,
of it.
I think, I'm
They give
afraid.
it to you not only for that year, but for a couple of upcoming years.
Yeah, they
It's a
do.
wonderful
Just
idea.
to cover themselves.
If they really started seriously giving awards for bad acting in our business, they'd be doing nothing else, wouldn't they?
Well, they gave my award to Barbra Streisand this year.
Ah, yes.
It's now called the Natalie Wood Award. I'm sorry to say.
You were a child actress, and I suppose there's a distinction between saying a child actress and a child star.
Yes.
You were more of an actress, I would think.
Luckily, I
Yeah.
think, yes. Because I think it must be terribly difficult to be a child star of the magnitude that, you know, somebody like Shirley Temple or Margaret O'Brien, where you really are a household word.
Yeah, there's almost no way you can.
I mean, it
age
was hard enough for
gracefully.
me to grow up. I mean, when I was 15 and was trying to play a part of a 15-year-old, they all said, oh, no, but, you know, you still got your pigtails and everything. And
Yeah.
so I had to do several screen tests for a picture I did with James Dean. And I was exactly the right age, you know.
James Dean, there's still some cult following about, isn't there?
Oh, I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
You still
very
see big
much so.
posters of him. And all. Do you ever wonder if you missed the childhood that an average person could have had, and if you were to be reincarnated, would you rather not come back
Well,
as a film kid?
I don't think so. Oddly enough, I guess I was sort of extroverted or something, and I was this sort of a friendly little kid. And I liked to talk to people, and also I never went to acting school, and I think that was a big help, because normally, generally speaking, I think children, if they're just sort of left alone, and the directors were always nice to me, and they said, you know, this is the situation and so forth, usually you're quite natural.
Yeah.
And but I know it wasn't true with some of the other children, because they, you know, they didn't want to act, and their mothers were forcing them, or they would have rather been outside playing and all that. And also, I always went back to a regular school, you know, between times that I was working, so I wasn't as isolated and cocooned as some of the others, you know.
It says on your bio, does everybody know what that is? It's the thing studios send out that gives your whole life and everything.
Yes, it has all the erroneous thing.
Yes, you're 97 pounds in that.
Well,
You may blow away at any moment.
I'm 100. I've gotten to be 100.
I thought your weight had shot up from 97 to 100.
I might even, after my honeymoon, I don't know, I might have gained more.
Yeah. It's, a lot of people were wondering why you're so fluent in Russian when you, was it on the Academy Award show where you spoke Russian?
Well,
does
both
anyone
my
call you?
parents are Russian.
Yeah. Well, that's the answer to those people who were wondering.
So when
Why
I
would they
was
ask
a
such
child, I spoke Russian and English at home.
Yeah.
I learned to read and write. And most of my close friends call me Natasha.
They do?
Yeah. My husband calls me Natasha.
Would you include him in your close friends? Keep moving, keep moving. You know, I met you at a party one time. This is not a fair thing to do on the air because you wouldn't remember, but there's always that compulsion to say, I think I do remember. I do that. But I was working for Jack Parr years ago, and I went to a party for a lot of celebrities. I can't remember exactly what it was. I remember Luella Parsons was there, and it was at the Four Seasons or something. And I was looking for mystery relatives. Do you remember the mystery relatives in those days that used to come on Jack's show and all? And you were there, and I don't have any idea why I started this story. Do you have any idea why I started this? Does this happen to you folks out there in real life? I met you at a party. Oh, that's all right. I can get out of this.
I remember.
Do you?
Yes.
That must be why I started it. No, I did meet you at a party, and I can't remember what it was, but it's not too... Why I was going to say that. Do you have any fun at parties? Do you enjoy them?
Oh, yes. I had a terrific time at a party here just before my husband and I left on our honeymoon. It was the party for Mark Crowley, who's a dear
Your
friend
former
of mine.
secretary and playwright and
Dear
author of
friend.
Boys in the Band.
Yeah.
Just a guess. Is that right?
It's true.
I just made all that up. I remember why I was at that party, or why I brought this up, because I sat in the corner at that party. I didn't have the nerve to approach any of the people I was supposed to say hello to. That was it. And I sat in that corner, as I usually do at parties, just trying to get up my nerve. I usually sit at parties and watch the avocado dip turn black, is what I do. And those are my kicks. We will be back, I believe, after this, won't we? Yeah.